It's series finale day, ladies and gentlemen. The train wreck that is Fear the Walking Dead is finally coming to its final destination, and I am so ready to be done with it. But you better believe your boy's milking 2 videos out of this double episode, because yes, we're getting punished doubly this week with 2 episodes. And you already know I've stuck it out to the end for you guys to roast it together. You guys have been enjoying come along on this journey. So we're doing another video. So I've only watched the first of 2 episodes, and the second one will come out tomorrow, my review of it. So I haven't seen that yet. I don't know how this shakes out. That's the disclaimer going into this episode, but wow. What a ridiculous episode. So many silly plot twists that we get. A lot of it was predictable, and it was just overall so irritating because we're going back and forth. Again, it's the same problems over and over again with this show. Character motivations that go back and forth. We're gonna do one thing. No, we can't do that. We have to do this other thing. No, we're actually gonna do the original thing. No, we're gonna do it's like constant ping pong back and forth. They can't make up their minds. Really annoying. It's hard to track what's really going on, and a lot of goofy. Characters just appear out of nowhere. Teleportation. Just goofy contrivances. That's the show in a nutshell. Dialogue that's supposed to be deep and meaningful, but just sounds clunky, inhuman, blah, blah. I'm beating a dead horse at this point. If you guys are watching the show still, you know all these things already. You don't need me to tell you. So we're going to go into the breakdown. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Definitely sub if you want to see more reviews like this. So we start off this episode. Spoiler alert. It's Troy's final episode. We brought him back for this most ridiculous storyline. It has absolutely no payoff whatsoever. It felt so pointless to bring him back so that Madison can finally finish him off. That's what happens in this episode. And this whole episode, we're waiting for that to happen because, they set up all their villains and then they immediately undercut them instantly. There's no threat or intimidation from any of their main antagonists in the past few years on the show, except for maybe Teddy, I guess. And that's like it. And it's just so frustrating. Like, how are you supposed to really get invested in the story when the main obstacle for the goal, the characters, it doesn't have any intimidation factor whatsoever. It doesn't work. Troy's a great leading man. The actor's really talented, and this character has been beloved for many years. People really wanted to see him return, and really it just wasn't worth it at all based on this episode. So we start off this episode. They're getting zombies to follow them. The zombies from the frozen part that we were at last week, now they set it on fire, and somehow the fire mysteriously stops right at the zombie, which is like, they're wearing clothes which catch fire, and they also are just rotting corpses which would also catch fire, but for some reason, only the ground catches fire. The ground, which is wet, by the way. They might have poured gasoline on it or something. I don't know. It's really goofy, it's silly, so they got them out of the ice, and now the zombies are following them. But it's another layer of stupidity, because the whole goal here with Troy is supposedly, like, we want to live on Padry. Like, I never really bought into that, because it really just feels like a revenge quest for Troy. But, and his motivation there is like, Alicia convinced us to do something, and that made us die, so I want Madison to die. It's just, like, so stupid. But anyways, he's driving this truck leading the zombies, and they're going to bring 5,000 zombies to the place that they want to live and be safe at. That makes no sense whatsoever. It's like, if you want to live somewhere, you're not going to try to destroy that place with zombies. You would have to kill 5,000 zombies on this tiny-ass island, too. Like, Padry, we've seen the full wide shot of it. It's not a big place. Like, it's overkill, to say the least. But I guess they're just doing a callback because Troy brought zombies back to his place of living before. I don't know. Anytime he's talking to Tracy in this episode, it's very, very irritating. Oh, and also they got the mother, Tracy's mother, who just so happens to be another person with missing an arm, the same as Alicia, and we'll get back to that later. He's going to use that zombie to kill Madison, because it's somehow Madison's fault that she died, which makes no sense. And then they run over a trap, and then a tree crashes the truck. Hilarious. Laughing out loud. I love to see that. It's a great stunt and all that, but it's just so goofy that there's just random traps laid about, and we find out who it is at the end. It turns out it's the brother of Shrike. I forget his name right now. It doesn't matter because he's dead in this episode too. They're setting up traps just in case somebody, like, what is the purpose of these traps? I don't know. I guess to protect where their living space is, but how they're traveling on the same roads that they've been traveling the whole time, so they just happen to set up this trap right now, and it's just very contrived, very goofy. And then it's magically daytime. We do these things on Walking Dead. It's happened on the original show too, but mostly the spin-offs where, oh, we just need to change it to daytime because it's cheaper to film, I think. So they're like, okay, let's just have time pass. Keep in mind, there's 5,000 zombies behind them, and then the other guys that were there, like, nobody stops to help them or anything. And then the truck is this big noisy thing clattering down the hillside, and then the zombies would go for that. I mean, that's how we set it up, right? Like, the zombies go to big noises, they would follow the truck. Tracy wouldn't be able to stand here for hours. I mean, it was pitch black, and now it's daytime. It's been hours. Tracy's just standing here, oh, I'm crying, and again, it's like there's no intimidation factor with Troy if he's skewered like that. So it's just, I don't know. This whole episode, I'm like, this is really what we're doing now? Like, we brought Troy back for this? I knew he was gonna die, but it's just like, bro, this is our big showdown. And then Madison just so happens to be in the same area as them, of course. And then Tracy just shows up in the van. And then she's like, my dad, you're going to help my dad. And she's like, I'm going to kill him. And then he's like, no, you can't, because Alicia said forgive people. When it's like, okay, Troy's had second, third, fourth chances at this point. And also, I get redemption and all that, and no one's gone until they're gone. Like, whatever, fine. But, dude, it's not like something he did years ago. Last episode, last night, he fucking killed people. Like, there's... I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. He's skewered... And then Madison shows up and he's like, I'm overpowering Madison. I got a fucking stick through my chest. And a very silly, goofy fight scene. And then Troy's just sitting here talking, and I'm like, just fucking kill him already. And then Madison's like, I can't. I won't do it. It's why? What are we waiting for? We wait till the end of the episode for no reason. I need to tell you where the herd is. It's just like, okay. It's not like they'd be hard to find, because there's a lot of them. Either way, just evacuate. You gotta evacuate regardless. Evacuate the island until the situation's over. I mean, that's the whole thing with this plot line. It's like, okay, it's the same decision Rick was met with in the comic series after the prison, when the prison was about to be attacked, right? Do we stay and fight, or do we leave and try to find somewhere else? They should have left because they already know Alexandria, that's a place we can go, that's safe, we should go there. We don't need to deal with this. But then again, Troy has a personal vendetta, so he might never stop. He might leave to go to Alexandria with them. So you might just want to stay and fight and kill the guy, because he's never going to stop. It's never going to end with this dude. He's been tracking them since Texas, or even before that. So just fucking kill him already and get it over with. There's, like, what are you going to do? Lock him in a jail cell? Like, the Negan thing, you don't even have, like, a safe place right now. He's bringing all this... I don't know, dude. It's so irritating. And then they bury the wife, I guess, Troy's loved one. It turns out it's not Tracy's mother after all, based on the end of the episode. But yeah, he's crying and telling the backstory of, Alicia convinced my wife to go to a strip mall and she died, and she got bit in the arm, and Alicia saved her. Blah, blah, blah. I don't care, dude. I really supremely don't care. And then he gets caught in another trap, just so happens to be right there in the woods for no particular reason. And then I laughed hysterically again. And now we got the fucking Padry dude, and he's back for all of 2 seconds, and it's absolutely ridiculous. And now he wants Padry too. And I had a feeling we'd have to team up with Troy to try to take down a bigger threat, but it's just like, how do we lose track of that guy? I don't know, dude. I can't with this show anymore, dude. I have no words. Daniel and Luciana show up, teleportation. They just know exactly where they are, I guess. And then and then she has to convince them, like, Daniel's like, he should have shot them earlier outside. There was an altercation outside. Troy's right there. Daniel, old school Daniel, pop. He's fucking done already. Why we even have time to have this debate? Again, like I said, we're going back and forth this whole time. We gotta convince Troy, blah, blah, blah. And then Madison hilariously stays handcuffed to him. It's just really dumb. And then this is one part of the episode I like. Okay, I'll give it a positive. I like the swamp zombies. I like the quicksand. I like the idea of it. But seeing it in action, it's hilarious. They're getting chased by this Padry dude, and then he's just an idiot and gets fucking eaten by zombies because he's yelling a lot. And like, he had a gun this whole time, but instead of shooting them, he just chops the bridge down and then has time to have a conversation. And it's really, really funny. And then it turns out, plot twist, Padre saved Madison from the fucking stadium. Are you... I'd have to go back and watch those episodes, but they're like, we heard you on the radio. It's the old cliche of Fear the Walking Dead. We heard you on the radio. And it's like, okay, I don't think she said anything on the radio about where she was located. And then they're like, oh, I'll give you the coordinates this whole episode. I'll give you the coordinates. And what are you going to do with the coordinates? Like, do you have a GPS fucking thing? Like a satellite phone? We don't know, like, what? And then, dude, I can't. So Padres in Georgia, off the coast of Georgia, they went all the way to Texas for no reason and then came back, and they didn't bring Madison at that point. They waited? I don't know how that worked. Like, I don't understand. Whatever, dude. It's so stupid, bro. They're trying to add an explanation retroactively. It's like, oh, come on, dude. It's ridiculous. And they never really explain how Troy survived. They're gonna explain anything. Also, it's absolutely hilarious how Troy manages to get them out of that situation despite having a hole in his chest, and he manages to save himself and, of course, Madison, and it's extra hilarious he has the upper body strength to do so, and he was also digging a grave in this episode. Lots of things that would be difficult if you had a hole in your chest, and of course, no logical consistency. So now we're back at the end, and it's all... and the Alicia cosplayers, dude. I was cracking up every time they showed up. It's so funny. Like, it's just cartoon characters, bro. They're so pointless. Oh, man. And then Madison does the thing that we've been waiting this whole episode for. Oh, wait, they kill a bunch of zombies first, and then they lead the horde away. And I thought this was funny, too. When they pull up and they have these flares on the back of their truck... Like, dude, it's daytime. You can barely see that anyway. Like, it's the most pointless shit ever. And it was just funny. It was just funny. So that's how they defuse this massive weapon. I don't know what this last episode's going to be about. There's, like, no conflict left over. And now we're talking about Troy. We got to spare Troy because he can make up for it. Even though he killed people last episode, bro. And then the Frank dude that's, I guess, in a relationship with Strand was like, Strand's more than made up for everything he's done. It's like, that's not really... He can't unmurder people, bro. It's like, that doesn't work like that. Those people he murdered are going to be dead forever, okay? There's no coming back from that, really. I mean, you know, if it was a different situation, maybe, but I don't know, man. You can't... It would be realistic dialogue if Strand was like, I can never make up for what I did, but I can do good while I'm here. Or something cheesy like that. Like, that would be better than what we had, bro. It's like, there's no moral consistency. It's just like, anybody can come back from anything, I guess. Is there any step too far where we shouldn't let somebody live? Like, I don't know. The show's messaging is very confused. Like, is there a point where it's too far? I don't know. I guess the fucking Doomsday Cult people were redeemable too. I guess. I don't know. Anyways, the whole episode I was waiting for Madison to kill Troy, and it finally happens, and everybody's like, no, what are you doing? Dude, shut the fuck up. It's the apocalypse. What are you talking about? We murdered how many people on the show? Stop it. Just stop with the self-righteous bullshit, okay? It's fucking dumb. Okay? Realistically, this dude, if it was civilization still, he'd be locked up for his life, okay? And you can't really do that in an apocalypse, unless you're like Rick in Alexandria that's pretty well off. These people don't even have anything. They have a bunch of supplies, but that's about it. So I don't... Can't believe I forgot to mention the fact that, of course, it turns out that Tracy is Alicia's daughter. We all knew that from the very beginning. It's not a twist or a shocking thing at all. It's really just pointless. What is the purpose of that? Can somebody please explain to me why I'm supposed to care? This show, man, it's pretty dumb, and I can't wait for it to be over. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section. And I think I rambled about this long enough. Let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you tomorrow for the finale review. Thanks for watching, everybody. Peace out.